So, Stream wird gestartet. Mal gucken, ob es funktioniert. Man weiß es aber nicht.
Man hofft es aber.
Ja, ich hoffe es auch. Gut, ist online mein Stream.
Ich weiß jetzt, wer das in der Gruppe ist. Ich denke, ich weiß es. Das ist Marcel.
Warum ignorieren die mich? Question.
Weil es sie nicht juckt, was wir machen. Weil die ihr eigenes Leben führen.
Yeah, you're really looking for community feedback to make sure this feels great for everyone.
Absolutely. I think because this is such a unique mechanic, we really want to make sure that we get it right. And, you know, we love the Redstone community and we want to make sure that we do it right. So any feedback you have, any ideas, send it to us and we will work with you to make this the best block that it can be.
And now, we said there's another mob coming later, but I think it's time for a new mob coming to the Caves and Cliffs update.
It is. And this is a very scary mob. And it lives in the deepest of the underground, in the deep dark. And this is a very dark place. And the cool thing is that this mob is very well adapted to the environment. So it can't see anything, so it's the first blind mob in Minecraft. And that's very interesting because it gives such interesting mechanics. So instead, it will react to vibrations, just like the Scout sensor block. So if you aren't very careful when you walk around in the deep dark, you might upset this mob.
Yeah, with this mob, we really wanted to make sure that we kind of recaptured that feeling of the first night of Minecraft. And we can often forget that Minecraft can be a pretty scary game. So we wanted to make sure that we kind of go back to that. I mean, caves can be scary, they're dark. And all I'm going to say is that when you go into the deep dark, I want to make sure that you're very quiet and watch closely for the warden.
Wow.
Wow. Ist ja voll cool. Ich habe jetzt nicht alles mitbekommen, ne? Aber das Ding ist voll cool.
Ja, finde ich mega geil.
Aber es sieht echt schmutzig aus.
Das ist irgendwie ein bisschen scheiße.
Du einfach das Teil drüber ziehst.
Uff.
Ist jetzt nicht nett, ne?
Warte kurz, ich muss das kurz in meinem Stream hier auf Discord ändern. Fenster wechseln. Anwendungsfenster. So, da, Teil. So, das sollte jetzt passen, ja. Jetzt siehst du es wieder. Ich mach das nur, wenn meine Eltern reinkommen, dass das so aussieht, als hätte ich wieder das Media auf. Ja. Also eigentlich voll geil.
Ja, aber voll gruselig. Ich denke, ich habe Angst vor den Viechern. Ich habe jetzt wieder Glück zu spielen.
Alles klar.
Mein Gehirn sagt
also von der Idee.
Ja, das macht mir Angst. Ja. Oh mein Gott, hinten das Zart. Überhaupt.
What did we just see?
It's a very different mob. I'm really excited for this because not only is it trying to be scary, it's, you know, we had to keep a balance to it. It was very challenging to design a mob like this. Another thing that's really important to note is in that video I was wearing full netherite armor, so it's very powerful. You definitely want to watch it. Yeah.
Which I think also is such an interesting gameplay, because if you want to, you can avoid it, but then you need to really be careful, sneak all the time to not make any kind of movement that it will detect. But that's a lot of fun and it's scary, but in a good way.
Ich mag das Mädchen dort.
That first
Mag
night
die sehr.
experience with the
Mit dem
warden.
Blonden oder die mit dem
Absolutely. I mean, I had such an
Mit
amazing
dem
experience when I
Blonden.
first played Minecraft. Like, it was terrifying listening to zombies underneath my house and in the caves, and hopefully we can bring that back to players, but, you know, 10 years later.
But that would be amazing because you hear so many lovely first night
Really?
stories. It's such a big thing, and I mean, I was
Wait.
very my first
Das war
night in
gerade, das war
Minecraft,
gerade
so
mein
we
Google.
hope to
Warum hat
give
Google
that
gerade
experience
okay?
again.
But you
Egal.
really balance sort of the look of
That's
it. It's
great.
like it's almost cute, but also really terrifying. How did you decide?
We actually worked a lot on like how does scariness look in Minecraft?
Das sieht echt geil aus.
We wanted to be very scary, and we didn't want to take
Aber
away
irgendwie
from
habe ich ein bisschen Angst
scariness,
davor.
but we felt some derpiness to it. So it's like a mix. So for example, we added mouth. I love the mouth, and some actually reacted like, "Oh, it's so cute," which I think it's more scary, but I think we find like the perfect balance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe that's
Amazing.
Very
character.
nice.
Yes, definitely. Well, you've been sitting up here. You just announced an update that everyone has been waiting for, and we actually have some tweets that have come in.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Okay, that's
Oh,
amazing to
that's
see. So much excitement. Oh, even more tweets. So, it's lovely. It's like we really developed this game together with the community, and now to see that people are so happy, that feels so good.
Yeah, honestly, it's such a privilege to work on a game like this and an update like this, and we just love this game and we want to make the best update that we can for everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Agnes and Brandon. That was a lot of amazing things. Don't forget that we have another segment full
Oha, ich hab
of
einen neuen
even
Zuschauer.
more cave updates later on in the show. Now let's head over to our Minecraft Live correspondent, Boo-Booey. I hear he has a first look at something you all voted into the game last year.
Hello, Minecrafters of the world. I'm Boo-Booey, and I'm here once again to help all of you at home to choose a mob that will go into Minecraft. But first, we have a message from our good friend Max Brooks, author of our first Minecraft novel, with some exciting news.
Hey Minecraft community, it's Max Brooks, author of Minecraft The Island. Thank you so much for embracing my book, and I hope you'll enjoy the sequel,
Der Sound ist am
Minecraft The
Abkacken.
Mountain, where our character leaves the
Alles
island
klar.
and
Was hast du mit dem Sound gemacht?
snow-covered world
Ja,
and discovers
das hab ich
another
gemacht.
castaway. And
Gar
together, the
nichts.
two of them have to find their way.
So, dann öffne ich den Stream jetzt selber noch.
Minecraft The Mountain,
Ja.
coming out in 2021,
Geh doch einfach in meinen
available
Livestream
for
rein, dann siehst du
pre-order
es mit ein bisschen
right now.
Verzögerung.
And as always, thank you
Also
for
hörst du
Nein,
das jetzt
ich hör's halt nicht.
That sounds
Mach doch einfach
awesome.
bei meinem Stream
Another
einfach die
Minecraft
Lautstärke
novel,
hoch.
and this one's called The
Man
Mountain.
hört gar keine Geräusche.
Speaking of
Ich gehe einfach
mountains,
selber rein,
remember
fertig aus.
last year's
Yike.
vote? It was a fierce competition, but the mountains won after 2 intense rounds of voting. Well, I have a sneak peek into what your vote is bringing to Minecraft on the cliff side of the Caves and Cliffs update. Goats.
Ach, guck mal da.
They're
Da
both
sind die Ziegen!
mischievous and
Da
adorable
sind die Ziegen.
at the
Ja,
same
Mann.
time.
Ja, Junge!
As you can see, they live on the mountains, and if you aren't careful, they might knock you off. They
Dieser
also
Moment, wenn
have
man sich einfach ein Live von
jump
anders anschaut, der... Ich schau mir das Original an.
We'll also get better mountain generation with spectacular and more dramatic
voten?
mountains
Wo kann man
with
voten?
height-dependent generation.
Ich hab
That
gerade-
means things like
gerade
tree
Aggression
lines
bekommen
and
am
mountaintops
Oha,
that will be more
guck mal.
challenging with lots of snow and ice. And speaking of snow, yes, it will be snowier. We will also have a new block called powder snow, which will be a kind of trap block. It looks similar to snow, but if you or a mob walk on it, you will fall right through. Now let's talk about this year's vote. We have 3 awesome mobs for you to choose from. And to introduce them, we once again
Mach mal
have
bei dir die
Tiny Agnes
Hintergrund-
and Tiny Jens.
Geräuschunterdrückung
Let's
an.
see what they have to show.
Ja.
Na, aus.
Oh.
Bees and Mooblooms are friends, just like we are. Right, Agnes?
These friendly cows live in the flower forest biome, yellow as
Erstmal seine
sunshine and
Frage
covered in
ignorieren.
beautiful flowers. What's not to like about these beautiful bovines?
We are friends, right, Agnes?
Why do we have to record these videos on an actual mountain? They are animated.
The Isologer is a new illager that lives on mountain tops. It's a hostile mob that attacks you with clouds of flying ice.
You did pack the supplies we need to survive the night up here, right, Jens? Do you ever wish Minecraft's oceans were glowlier?
Not me. I always wish for world peace.
Sure you do. Well, wish no more. Meet the glow squid. Wow.
What was I meant to say again? Vote for Minecraft?
Can't talk. Must admire glow.
Agnes! Jens! It's really distracting. They're so tiny, and they're so susceptible to distraction. Hopefully that won't happen to you.
Tani,
Now let's go over
die Kopfhörer.
Kann ich nicht.
Hello? Oh, hi Tiny Agnes.
Ich höre es jetzt doppelt.
Yeah, no,
Ja, musst du dein Stream wieder zum Laufen bringen.
Okay. Well, you really
Ich
shouldn't
hab's
read
aber auch
too
schon
many
vorher
internet
doppelt
comments.
gehört.
But, okay.
Ja, genau.
Okay, bye.
Nicht so geil.
Tiny Agnes would like everyone to know that she
Oder mach's
and
bei dir ein
Tiny
bisschen
Jens
leiser, dass man
are,
es halt
in
nicht mehr
fact,
hört.
good friends.
Mhm.
Okay, where was I? And why do people keep leaving phones around the studio? Now, let's go over how you can be a part of what is likely to be an epic showdown. Don't let this decision be made without your voice. Be ready to cast your votes. First,
So ist besser.
make sure you have a
Hab ich das
Twitter
Gefühl.
account. If you don't, go to twitter.com, sign up for an account, and make sure you're logged in. I'll let you know when the voting starts. Then you'll need to go to the Minecraft Twitter account to find the latest poll. Think carefully,
Ja, was
debate
denkst
with
du,
your
was ich schon die
friends and
ganze Zeit
family,
warte?
make a decision, then click on the mob you want to make it into Minecraft. There will be 2 voting sessions, and I'll let you know when each one begins. For now, just be ready and keep dreaming of victory for your favorite mob.
Oh, die Biene!
Das ist so geil.
My
Warte,
name
Taria,
is
ich krieg's wieder hin.
Cisneros, and I'm the
Was?
gameplay
Okay,
producer
dann
for
komm ich
Minecraft
zu
Earth.
dir.
I'm so excited to be a part of Minecraft
Aber ich
Live
kann's
this
nicht
year
lauter machen,
and to
ne?
share this wonderful experience with you, our amazing community. It's been so fun seeing what you've been doing with the game. I've seen lots of creation shared each week, and I wish I were that creative. I mean, wow. While everyone has been discovering new hobbies, I have been logging in each day to collect a new adventure crystal, which lets me play life-size adventures in
Das ist so
augmented
besser,
reality in various parts of my home.
Naja, von der
My
Qualität
dogs
her
are
nett.
very confused to say the least. It
So.
seems like I'm not the only one who's been going on lots of adventures.
Ja,
We've
ja.
had more than 5 million adventures played throughout early access.
Aber ich glaube, man hört es jetzt bei
That
mir
is
auch doppelt, aber ich
amazing.
weiß es nicht.
I've also been completing season and daily challenges to collect
Man hört
mobs,
es jetzt in meinem
even more
Mikrofon
adventure
auch
crystals,
noch, aber das ist
and
jetzt nicht so
exclusive
geil.
character
Muss ein
creator
bisschen
items
leiser
that can
machen,
also be used in
mein
Bedrock.
Mikrofon nicht übersteuert.
Sometimes, when the weather is just right in my house, lightning strikes and a new mob is made. Later this month, we have 2 new mobs joining Minecraft Earth, and I hear they're going to make quite a splash. Speaking of mobs, our beloved Moobloom from Minecraft Earth has a chance to be brought into vanilla. How cool is that? Now, I'm not going to tell you who you should vote for, but what I am saying is, one of these mobs
Taria,
is
warum hast du
definitely
eigentlich
way
keine
more adorable than the
Kopfhörer?
rest. So,
Weil ich los bin.
Mensch.
in our last couple releases, you may have noticed that we added Slime Ball and Slime Blocks. With that, I'm super excited to let you know that we are adding pistons and sticky pistons to Minecraft Earth. Be on the lookout next week for a content update. And
Eigentlich ist das hier jetzt gerade nicht so wichtig für uns.
with blocks,
Nee.
items, and now red silk.
Ich gehe wieder auf Toilette.
Our friends Mumbo, Jumbo, and Grian recently took a Minecraft Earth road trip and made their own awesome creations. Let's get a sneak peek at what they discovered.
Alles klar.
Hello everyone, my name's Mumbo, this is my friend Grian, and this is my 1974 VW bus. There's no air conditioning, there's no heating, there's no radio, There's no anti-locking brakes, no power steering. I've owned it for about 4 years, and to be frankly honest, it's pants. Times were definitely different in the 1970s, so it's ridiculously slow, and it's definitely lacking some of the modern comforts you would usually expect to find in a car these days.
We are embarking on a grand tour of England, going from the south coast up to Wales, and it's going to take us 3 whole days.
I'll be honest, Graham, mate, would you class that as a grand tour?
Well, yes, we have no radio, so it's going to feel a lot longer.
But you see, this isn't a regular road trip in a rubbish old van, this is a Minecraft Earth road trip in a rubbish old van. With Minecraft Earth being a game you can play on the move, we thought we would travel to a bunch of different locations in the UK. Some of them are iconic, some of them just feel very Minecrafty, and some of them are barely linked to Minecraft at all, but we just really wanted to go to them, so we did. Oh, he took it out on the guy next to him.
We also had a go at integrating Minecraft Earth with real life. Minecraft Earth Frisbee is a bit of a challenge.
Sorry.
Minecraft Earth Badminton can be quite dangerous to onlookers.
Sorry, Josh.
And real-life sand blocks are alarmingly difficult to construct.
If I just film this angle, there we go, look, it's our sand block.
All in all, though, the road trip was a huge success, and
Bin
we
wieder
had a lot of
da.
fun. You can expect to see the full
Was machen die denn da?
appearing on our channels very, very soon.
Wow, it looks like
Real
Bumbo
Talk, was haben die
Jungle
gemacht?
had quite the Minecraft Earth adventures.
Weiß man nicht.
At Mojang Studios, we've also been making more original content than ever before on our Minecraft YouTube channel. Our goal is to create shows that give you
Aber
inside
ganz
knowledge
theoretisch
directly
müsste
from our
man Stream
team.
eigentlich die
We're even
Untertitel.
giving away all of our secrets in a new series called How We Make Minecraft, which honestly feels sort of risky. And guess what? We have lots more awesome Minecraft content on the way. Here's a look at what shows you'll find on our channel.
Here's 10 things you didn't know about.
Yo to the yo-yo. My name is Jens, I'm here.
Wait, no! Stop!
How can Steve punch cactus without getting hurt?
I know a cactus has pricklies, but punching a tree probably hurts too.
Everyone just starts panicking.
Please like and subscribe. I've always wanted to say that. But really, you should. It's good stuff. In 2017, you voted for the terror that is the Phantom, and I personally have not forgiven you for that. In 2018, the Taiga won your vote with fantastic foxes. Last year, it was the mountains with our soon-to-be friends, the goats. What will you, the Minecraft community, do this year? Let's review our choices once more. I was inspired by some of the amazing handcrafted things I've seen made by our community over the years. So I decided to make my own versions of our 3 mob choices. Hi, babies. For illustrative purposes. I think I did a pretty great job.
Lass mal irgendwann treffen und solche Minecraft-Mobs basteln.
Minecraft Dungeons, we have the Isologer.
Ich habe noch viel zu viel Papier.
Smash down on whomever they are attacking. Not
Ja, aber
quite
warum
as
sollte
chill
man
as
einen
they
Mob
look.
nehmen, was dich
From
dann
Minecraft Earth, we have the
Ja, dann lass was Süßes nehmen.
I hear they may come with a new flower, the Buttercup. And
Ja,
I'm
aber ich
pretty
würde
sure
halt den
they'll be
Squid
best pals
bevorzugen, weil der
with
sieht halt
these.
geil aus.
Also from Minecraft
Stimmt,
Earth,
ich würde ihn auch
Glow
machen.
Squid.
Aber es gibt auch, man kann auch Flügel basteln und so. Es gibt für die Dinger eine Anleitung.
Distracting to look at. The first voting poll is now live on the Minecraft Twitter account. Make sure you're logged in, go to the poll right now, and click the mob you want to win. We'll check back in before we start the second and final
So,
poll.
das bekommt von mir ein Like.
Now,
Ich hab gewotet.
I'd like to welcome Laura to my desk to talk about the dungeoniest Minecraft game ever, Minecraft Dungeons. Hello, Laura.
Hi. Thanks for
Ich habe meine Oma gefragt
Very
und sie ist
excited.
auch dafür, dass es den Squid gibt.
At Mojang Studios.
I am a game
Oma
designer,
erstmal
which means
Escalation.
I am the one that gets to
Die
decide
mag
what the
Minecraft.
bosses are. So I'm sorry about that one. You can blame me for that.
I think people will blame you for that.
That's okay.
While I have you here on the stage, which mob are you voting for?
I think if I don't say I am voting for the Astrologer, my team will kill me. So, but it's an amazing mob. It brings a lot of fun to Dungeons, and I think it will bring a lot of fun to Minecraft as well.
Okay. I figured you would say that, but I had to ask. So tell me about the launch of Dungeons this year.
Oh wow, that was quite the ride. It was such a crazy launch. I don't think anybody in the team expected to ever release a game from home. So we were all sitting in this like massive Teams call and like sharing streams with each other and sharing videos and comments from players, and it was very good. It was fun in a different way.
What would you say was your favorite thing from the release?
I think it was how people came together to play the game. It was very fun to see parents like show their children Dungeon Crawlers and children show their parents Minecraft. I don't know, it was very nice to see everyone just sit together and play and enjoy.
That sounds wonderful.
Yes.
Well, let's take a look at what the community has done with what's come out so far.
Yeah.
Cannot actually believe that we like got close to the end and it was like, nope. Well, time to be blown up by more creepers. They absolutely hate you, there's creepers. Oh yeah, Tom, you're welcome to join actually.
あ、待って待って、結構減った、結構減った。最後殴りに行っていい？お前、おら！お前、おら！
So the Village Merchant, a really cool merchant, simple, straightforward items, and definitely a nice addition to the game. A good replacement for the Wandering Trader. Now let's go check in with our friend the Blacksmith here. This is definitely something that I'm looking forward to because this is one of the coolest things that has possibly come to the game.
Pô, tem que matar o Maguinho. Ai, morri. Galera, me ajuda. Calma aí, vou te ressuscitar. Calma aí, eu vou dar cover aqui. Que isso, o vizinho já tá no ressuscito.
Oh boy, oh boy. Junge, warum muss jetzt mal bei mir das Telefon klingeln? Das Telefon denkt sich auch nur so nö.
Väldigt bra! Ha, svetsuit! Hörru! Vänta tills jag har min raket nu! Du ska få spö då! Nu jäklar ska ni få spö! Skya!
Stop killing the pandas, you monster! Stop killing the pandas!
We have to save villagers! Our villagers right there! You are free, villagers!
Find the caravan of other villagers. Ooh, I got invisibility potion.
와, 맵 엄청 많이 생겼네 이번에. 크림까지 깼고, 늪지, 목장, 협곡, 레드스톤 광산? 여기 거의 끝판왕 되는 거 아니야? Holy smokes!
War aber kein Deutscher dabei. Ja, stimmt, spielt ja auch kein Deutscher mehr.
Oh, look! There's a pig! Kill the pig! Get the pig!
Oh no!
Red!
Oh god!
That looks so fun.
Yeah, it's so cool to see people have fun with the game.
And it's fun to play and watch.
Yes, I hope so.
Wir haben keinen Fun, weil Emily immer zickt.
We also had another launch.
Oh, this
Ja,
month
gut, so
is
kann man das
a
natürlich
crazy
aussehen.
month. Like, we haven't stopped doing things, I feel. We released first the Creeping Winter together with our new merchants and the new daily trials, which was awesome. I hope everyone loved it. We launched for xCloud, so now people can play on mobile, which is so fun. I really like that. And this week we just launched in China, so now we get to welcome our Chinese friends to the community, and I am super happy about that.
That's really exciting. Well, now we have a question from the community for you.
Right.
ということで、私から質問です。マインクラフトダンジョンズをリリースされてから、開発者が想定していなかったファンの反応やゲームの仕様などありましたでしょうか。また、マインクラフトダンジョンズの今後について教えてください。今後、どのようなコンテンツがリリースされるのでしょうか。ぜひ教えてください。よろしくお願いします。
Okay, he kind of
Yes, but they were great questions, and thank you for sending them.
Hauptsache ich mache auf meinem zweiten Kanal meinem Stream schon wieder Werbung.
We were very excited to see how fast people found the secret mushroom level. Like, I was very confused about it as well, because we had worked very hard on making it very secretive and having little snippets of things everywhere, but players are so smart, they found it so fast. So if you haven't played the mushroom level, go check it out, because it's very fun.
And the second question?
Right. So that's what we are here to talk about today. We're going to talk about our upcoming DLC that we prepared with our friends at Double 11, and that's called the Howling Peaks. So we're going to the mountains with dungeons as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Why don't we take a look at some live gameplay?
Yeah, let's check it out. We are very lucky today that we have 4 members of the Dungeons team with us. Here's Mariana at the Nintendo Switch. Hello. Here's Chris at the PC. Here's David at the PlayStation 4. And at the Xbox One, we have Annika. So we get to show you here for the first time cross-play, which we're very excited about. So people can play together from everywhere.
That's exciting.
And yeah, that's our first look at the mountains biome coming to Dungeons.
Already I see a goat right there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we were so happy. We asked the Minecraft team if we could bring goats to Dungeons, and they said yes. So we get to release them a bit first in Dungeons, so we're super excited about that. They're equally as mischievous. Yes.
So I see a lot of wind coming out of these grates.
Yes. Wind is a mechanic that we're going to explore a lot in the mountains missions. And the players will be both challenged by it and will be able to use it. So the wind will push the player, so you need to be a bit careful, but at the same time you'll be able to use it to solve puzzles, push items, and open doors and stuff like that. So yeah.
That's awesome. What is this?
Right, so yeah, our mountains biomes are so tall that the player will need to find new ways to traverse the levels. So that's a mountain lift, and there's gonna be full of like, these little contraptions all around.
That seems like a really fun new mechanic.
Yes. Yeah, the goats are all around, and you need to be careful with them.
Yeah, I saw them attack.
Yes, they're really gonna push you out of the edge if you're not too careful.
So leave the goats alone.
Yes, leave the goats alone. That's very important. And as you'll see in a bit, the iceologers that you can find in this mission and in all the mountains missions are very ready for the weather. So they are wearing their little cozy clothes, and they're wind resistant, which means that while the player will be challenged by the wind, the iceologers won't.
Oh, what are these?
These are new mobs called wind callers, and that's a Ravager coming for the first time to Minecraft Dungeons. That's another Minecraft mob that we get to welcome. They're quite sturdy.
What do the wind callers do?
Right, the wind callers spawn a draft of wind right under the player, and they push the player up, so the player gets fall damage. It's very important to deal with them quick or run away, because they're gonna be painful combat otherwise.
Well, they're doing a pretty good job against these wind callers.
Yes, our adventurers are strong.
Ich schwöre, wenn der Stream fertig ist, werde ich erstmal Minecraft spielen gehen.
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting one. But so far, I can see that all the consoles
Ich finde die
very
Bergziegen extrem toll.
We're super happy about that. It's been progressing very nicely, and we hope everyone can soon play together. Oh, that was an iceologer. I wanted to say, like, that's my favorite mob, but you know, it went too fast.
Stay around too long.
Yes.
Alright, we're leading up to this big Ravager battle.
Yes. But I think we can let our adventurers deal with the Ravagers.
Not very well.
No.
Streamst du nur den Stream oder auch?
With all of this,
Und
we also have a
Reactions.
new game mode coming.
Yeah, the game mode is coming very soon, and it's going to be for all the players for free, and that's called Apocalypse Plus, which means that we're making the game just, you know, harder a bit at a time. Yeah.
When you call something Apocalypse, it sounds very hard.
Yeah, and Apocalypse Plus means that it gets even harder. So hopefully players get to find new challenges, and we found different ways to tweak the balance so the challenge is different every time.
But, okay, that's a lot of stuff. You're working on even more new things for Dungeons.
We're working on a ton of stuff. I feel we've been so busy. It's crazy. But yeah, we have today little video with a lot of work in progress though.
Very work in
yes. But yeah, I think we should look at the video.
Wait, that's fine.
I'm sorry.
Okay, also es sieht echt nice aus, muss man sagen.
Ich finde, da kann man voll die guten Bauideen sich holen. Sieht so ein bisschen aus wie dieses eine Lego Ninjago Spiel, was es mal auf turbo.de gab. Es wirkt einfach, als wäre es geklaut von einer Kinderserie. Genau so war dieses Spiel aufgebaut. Ich ahne, aber trotzdem. Zu dem Zeitpunkt, als es das Spiel gab von Togo, gab es das von Minecraft noch nicht.
Das gibt's aber auch nicht mehr.
Muss ich schauen. Togo hat immer so gebackt.
Spielelaufzeiten hat damals
One of my favorite things we do at Mojang Studios is
Wie süß.
Students around the world are able to learn in exciting and interactive ways using the game as a learning-based platform. Students and teachers in 115 countries around the world are able to collaborate, learn, and share together. Minecraft has always been a way to connect people, and we've seen that now more than ever with Minecraft Education Edition being used in remote learning. When you're in the game, you don't have to feel so far away from your classmates. From creating graduation ceremonies in Japan, to creating first day orientations for American universities, to teachers doing virtual meetups. We've seen students and teachers using the game in incredible ways. Today, we're launching our first ever Minecraft Education Edition Global Challenge for students around the world to build a better world with us.
Over the past few months, we've seen wildlife roam through cities while humans stayed inside. Without cruise ships and ferries around, dolphins visited the port of Cagliari in Sardinia, Italy, and wild boar roamed the streets of Barcelona. But what if animals could share space with humans all the time? Today, we're kicking off the first ever Minecraft Education Global Build Championship and asking students around the world to design and build healthy spaces for humans and animals to coexist together. What will you build?
Hey, I'm Ayana. I'm a developer in the Minecraft team. If I were to participate in the Global Build Challenge, I'd build a series of underwater tubes so we could transport things without disturbing the aquatic life.
Hello everyone.
Wir bitte sowas in unserer Schule haben. Können wir bitte sowas in unserer Schule haben?
And I would call it a habitat.
どうもこんにちは、カーボンです。僕だったら日本っぽい建築で勝負したい。
Oha.
¿Y si estuviéramos participando en la dinámica mundial de Minecraft, construiríamos unas viviendas camufladas con la vegetación del entorno para que los animales no se espanten? ¡Participa!
Design and build your own solution in Minecraft Education Edition. For the chance to win Mine Coins, awesome Minecraft gear, and a video chat with Mojang Studios. The championship opens today.
Sieht irgendwie voll geil aus.
You can register today and download the Championship World template. We can't wait to see your amazing ideas, and Jens and I can't wait to see the
Sachen bauen nach Motto.
We get the awesome prize of chatting with you, no matter who wins. For those of you who don't have Education Edition, we have something for you too. Our education team has already added amazing free lessons to Minecraft Marketplace. We've also been working with some amazing educators on a new series about diversity and inclusion coming this fall.
Hi, Minecraft Live. I'm Kenneth Shelton, and along with my fellow educators, Felisa Ford and Natasha Rochelle, we've been building a series of Minecraft lessons that will help people explore topics of social justice, equity, identity, and tolerance. The first of these lessons is called Good Trouble, and it's based on the life and philosophy of Congressman and civil rights activist John Lewis. The additional lessons continue teaching about social justice from across the world and through time, from Black Lives Matter to Malala's quest in Pakistan to achieve equal education for girls, to the civil rights movement of 1960s America, to the women's suffragette movement, and more. We can't wait to share these important lessons with the Minecraft community.
I'm looking forward to playing through the Good Trouble lessons myself. Together with the Minecraft community, we commemorated Juneteenth with contributions to the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation, Equal Justice Initiative, and the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. We're proud to continue supporting organizations that fight for equity and equality in the world by making an additional donation today to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. This brings our 2020 contributions to over $2 million. Beyond this, we continue to look within our company, our products, and ourselves for how we can help create a more inclusive world.
Diese Biene?
Ja, die Bienen sind echt süß.
Now it's time for a brand new segment of our show. You may have missed our next guest during the Minecraft update segment, but not to worry. You're about to get some dedicated time with the one and only Jeb. Hello.
Hello. Thank you very much.
It was very different not having you in the Minecraft update section.
Yes, yes, it's a little bit different this year since we always want the ones that are actually working on the features of the games to be the ones to get to talk about them, because we feel that it gets more genuine in that way.
So what are you working on then?
Yeah, that's a good question. No, of course, I still spend a lot of time with Vanilla and Agnes and the team, but I now work with all our products, all our games, like the board games, and try to support our developers and designers to capture the Minecraft feeling and make them fit together. But honestly, everyone's so talented, so it's actually quite an easy job. But to help everyone, both in Stockholm and in Redmond, I wrote a book, a Minecraft game design book.
Are you trying to sell that to everyone in the audience watching?
No, this is only for Mojang Studios employees. It contains a lot of secrets. But it was helpful when the team grew to kind of explain my thoughts and ideas about Minecraft. And for Vanilla in particular, there are some guiding principles that are going to help us continue updating the game for many years to come.
But you did decide to share some today, so people can kind of see what's in the Jeb game design book.
Absolutely. So one of these guiding principles it maybe sounds obvious, but that is it's always one block at a time. You place one block, you remove one block, you pull one lever, and you trigger one TNT, and of course that causes a big explosion. But at the core, the interaction is always one block at a time. And it's not only important for the way you play the game, but it's also if you're playing together with someone, let's say you're building a house or something, then I will be able to observe what you're doing and quickly understand where you're going, and then I can help you, and every block counts. If you would just copy-paste or make templates and such, then it would be a little bit harder to collaborate. And also Minecraft is a lot about the journey to create your massive castle or whatever. But so it's important to we retain that feel.
And you have another principle, but it applies pretty directly to a community question that we have.
你会加入更多天气或者自然灾害到我的世界中吗？像是暴风雪或者是大雾天气。
Das ist Libifrog.
我的世界的中国玩家，大家好，感谢你的提问。
Wow, yes.
Yes. The Chinese community inspired me to try to take on a new language, but I have a long way to go, honestly. But about the question, if we're going to add things like natural disasters, that kind of contradicts one of our other guiding principles, that bad things happen, but they're technically the player's fault.
Okay, they're the player's fault.
Yes, in the sense that it was either caused by a player, like a griefer or summoning in the wither, or a player was nearby, such as when a creeper explodes. So whenever something bad happens, we want to make sure that the players are either actively taking part of that or have a way to prevent it from happening. And an earthquake or a tornado would obviously destroy something that you've spent hours building.
But there's definitely a few I can think of that maybe fall outside of this principle.
There are still a few cases, like Enderman can grab a block and maybe wreck up some redstone, or you can have an unlucky wolf running into your sheep garden. But there's also, the worst thing is of course lightning strikes that can set your whole house on fire. But I'm hoping that Agnes and the team may have a plan for that.
Exciting. So what's the last feature you were active in developing?
Yes, the last feature I did was the netherite feature. I thought that was a very important part of the nether update and wanted to help where I can. But I don't want to, since I'm working with so many different projects now, I don't want to do something halfway and then kind of leave it to the team to fix my bugs. So I try to be a little bit hands-off. But recently I've, of course, also been working a little bit on making combat test snapshots.
That leads us to another community question.
Hey, I'm Dan TDM, and I would love to know what kind of combat mechanic changes are being made to Minecraft Java Edition.
Yes, that's an excellent question. We currently have a problem that on the 2 different editions of the game, there are different combat mechanics or combat systems, and that's bad both for us as designers that have to take both systems into account, but also bad for the community that wants to have the same experience. So the main objective is to reach parity. But I still want to make sure that we make a system that is kind of fits with the building, that doesn't distract too much from building, but still gives us this depth that allows us to design interesting behaviors. Also, I want to make sure that it works good in both player versus environment. That means adventuring and players versus player. And I want to make sure that it feels good playing both with mouse and keyboard. And when you're on a controller, you don't get tired by frequently pressing the trigger. And we also want to improve touch, like the touch experience. So it's a lot to do.
But you said you weren't working on feature development, but
yeah,
you are working on combat?
Yes, I mean, of course, it's a little bit hard to keep your hand out of the feature cookie jar. But in this case, I also felt that this was an area where I could help the team, so they could focus on doing the content updates. But at some point in the future, I will, of course, dump this on the team.
Okay, so exactly what you said you don't want to do.
Yes, and they will have to carry it over the finish line.
Nice. Now, speaking of combat, we just had a really cool announcement about Alex and Steve coming to Super Smash Brothers.
Yes, and that is so amazing. And just like I said, like my job gets easier because everyone's so talented. And just in this case, Sakurai-san and his team they really understand Minecraft and have made an absolutely amazing Super Smash Brothers fighter.
And Sakurai has also made a really amazing video for all of us in the community.
マインクラフトライブをご覧の皆さん、こんにちは。大乱闘スマッシュブラザーズディレクター、空の桜井正宏です。スマブラにマインクラフトのダウンロードコンテンツが導入されます。スティーブやアレックスが参戦することが決定し、マインクラフトライブ前に特別放送をお届けしたのですが、見ていただけたでしょうか。もしまだの方はぜひご覧ください。スマブラであることを忘れるぐらい、マインクラフトのスピンオフとしても相当にすごい踏み込んだ表現を行っています。発売までもう少しだけお時間いただきます。スティーブがマリオと戦う。あれ
Okay, mein Stream ist mal abgekackt, muss jetzt
アレックスがピカチュウと戦う。ゾンビやエンダーマンをアクションゲームで操作できる。ピンクやカービィやソニックやロックマンやクラウドやリュウなど有名キャラクターとの共演が楽しめます。そして私も、マインクラフトファンの一人です。マインクラフトライブでの、発表を楽しみにしています。それでは。
Chinese, Japaner,
Yes.
Oder Koreaner or whatever.
It's a really hard secret to keep even in the studio because it was super secret. But it has been so much fun to work on.
Yeah, it's amazing to see the community reaction.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to switch gears here. You have a sort of famous saying within the office, which is the world would be a better place if everyone played Minecraft. And why do you think that?
Yeah, I suppose the quote has kind of gotten a life of its own. But yes, I think Minecraft unleashes people's creativity and helps them collaborate, but also teaches them things like geometry, languages, and math. So yes, I do think that the world would be a better place if everyone played Minecraft. But I know that you also are very engaged in building a better world.
You're interviewing me now, yes? Thanks. I mean, I think it's... I feel so privileged to work on Minecraft because of all the amazing things that people do with it, from Education Edition, and something I'm extremely passionate about is Block by Block, which is our partnership with UN Habitat, and it's really helping people reimagine their public space and then have it built.
I love this place, it's such a nice area, but it has not always been like this.
Well, before, the area felt very cold and unsafe.
Basically, it was just an abandoned place.
Block by Block is a program created by Mojang and UN Habitat where we use Minecraft to help community members redesign their neighborhoods. Kosovo has been impacted by years of conflict, and in those situations we often see communities divided and public spaces neglected.
It was a really cool project because even the little kids like me could help out with make the city a better place.
They got to use Minecraft to sketch and try different solutions about how the space could be improved.
It was very fun because you felt like to be able to help the city while just playing.
After that, the ideas were presented to local architects and city planners, and later that year, construction started.
It's been 5 years since we participated in the program, and the street since then has become more developed and is now more frequented than before. It seemed kind of unbelievable that this was made with Minecraft.
So seeing my own idea as a kid, changing a whole area in my city, it was very special to me.
It's unbelievable that we were able to make reality what was once only an idea in our computer screen.
Finally, decision makers have changed their perspective because maybe they realize that we can make a change.
In a democracy, you want the people who live in that community to be asked about what's going to happen in that community. So this is a perfect example. The community was asked, the community decided, the community designed, and the community is using it.
I'm probably going to be like really happy and be like, hey friends, I made this. I walk here almost every day, and every time I see it and I see a lot of people spending time here, it's a very gratifying feeling.
I just hope it will become real as soon as possible. So the reaction of the community was great, and to me it was a great feeling which I'll never forget.
I came up with a skate park idea and some piece surrounding the park.
It is possible to change the world and make your dreams come true.
It felt like I was being heard, and being heard and listened to is one of the best feelings that you could feel.
I actually was able to go to Kosovo at the start of that project, and it's just amazing to see the transformation using Minecraft.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Jens, you must have seen a lot of amazing things because you're about to hit your 10-year anniversary at Mojang Studios in like 2 or 3 months.
Yes, it's true. Yeah, it has been an amazing journey these 10 years, and I've had so much fun working on Minecraft. But of course, I'm also a Minecraft player, and we're all like with the community. And in the end, it's really the players and the community that gives everything its purpose.
Yeah, absolutely. And from myself as part of the community, I just want to say, like, thank you for the 10 years and all that you've done for Minecraft. It's made a huge difference in my life, and I think many people watching right now. Thank you so much, Jens. Last year at Live, we announced the Nether update. Maybe since then you've been wondering about what it would be like to attend a Nether Ballet. Wonder no more. Our friends at Element Animation will dance us through all the new Nether features.
Oh. Man könnte mal so ein Minecraft Musical machen, so wie da. Das ist so süß. Oh. Oh.
Was macht der Schaf da?
Man weiß es nicht.
Okay. Ungefähr so ist die Spawnrate auf unserem Server.
Es ist so. Wie du einfach irgendeine Scheiße auf dem Server gemacht hast, damit die Spawnrate so hoch ist.
Ich habe keine Scheiße gemacht, ich habe nur Scheiße gemacht, damit sie wieder runtergeht.
The results of the first round of voting are in. The round which determined which mob's dreams would be dashed, with no hope of making it into the final round. And it was intense. But sadly, let's all say a fond farewell to the poor Moobloom. Then forget it ever existed, because it's time to vote again. We are now down to the Isolager and the Glow Squid, and in the first round, they were quite close. I'm quite interested to see where the voters of the Moobloom will go. If you missed the first round of voting, make sure you get in on this one. It determines which one of these two makes it into Minecraft. I know who I'll be voting for. The final voting poll is live now. This is your chance to have a say in what goes into Minecraft. So don't leave yourself out, log into Twitter and go vote.
Hello, I'm Quinn, head of the Marketplace Partner Program, and I'm joined by two of my favorite people. How about you guys introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Fanny. I'm a developer on the Creator Assistance team, and what we do is create tools for our creator community. And some of them are very visible, and we're going to talk about them later. Some others are more behind the scenes, and that help our creators make content that is more efficient and reliable, like the schedule command that is coming out soon.
Okay. I'm Jason. I'm a developer in the engine team, and we've been responsible for a lot of the modding type capabilities that have come to Bedrock over the last couple of years.
That's super cool. So your teams help make creator tools for all of our incredible marketplace partners all around the world to help make content for you.
Im Moment ist der Glow Squid nach vorne. Bitte lass es so bleiben.
Studios here in Aotearoa, a team of 3 making content for the Marketplace and Minecraft Education Edition.
Zombini, and I run a small studio based in California. We create lots of marketing and I've been making tutorials for the last 7 years to teach others how to make their own Minecraft skins.
Magandang umaga, Minecraft Live. My name is Mark from Kubo Studios, and we are 15 working here in the Philippines.
I'm Tian from Everboon Games, and we are 38 people working here in England.
Hi Minecraft Live, this is LizCraft, and we hope you like our stuff on the Marketplace.
Warum müssen Chinesen immer so strange sein?
Ja.
Hey everyone,
mein Favorite ist immer noch vorne.
Live this year. My name is Yasser, aka Starkey, and we are super excited about the new updates.
Oi Minecraft Live, eu sou o Gabriel, diretor da Alien Studios, e a gente tem cerca de 5 participantes da nossa equipe, somos todos brasileiros.
I'm Vicky, also known as Geeky Pixels from NetherPixel Studios, and I get to spend my days making content and working with awesome people.
Hey, I'm Warren from Guycraft, and we are 20 people working here in Israel. Shalom.
So, ich bin, ja moin, ich war sogar der Erste, der gewotet hat. Als ob.
And the best part is all these features can be used by all creators. So what do you have to show us today?
Yeah, so for the last couple of years, we've been doing a lot of work with the entities in the game. So this time, we've doubled down and gotten it so that we focused on items and blocks. So as part of that, I made a custom crop to kind of show off a lot of capabilities.
Ich war doch nicht der erste Spanier bei mir
over the
verpasst.
summer, everyone at Mojang Studios was given tomato seeds to try and grow a tomato plant at home. So I thought that was kind of perfect inspiration to go make a crop. So you can interact and place the seeds, use the crops, growing. You got a couple of them getting to the flower stage. Got a few now that I can actually go pick. So in this case, like the sweet berry bush where you can just right-click on them. But I think tomatoes taste disgusting, so I thought it was better to make them as something to throw. So Quinn and I have throwing them around, harmless or sort of harmless.
Was machen wir mit mir? Was hat gesagt? Sorry.
Wir werfen uns gegenseitig mit Tomaten.
Mostly by accident.
Oh, haha.
But tomatoes will actually rot on the vine as well, and if they rot for too long, you get a little rotten tomato monster that can spawn from it. So I'm off here.
Das ist ja auch eine mega geile Idee.
Wie süß. Sowas wird dann vor meinem Haus stehen, immer im Bambuswald.
They don't fly as far as a regular tomato, but they knock you back a lot more. But kind of based off all this stuff, I think tomatoes maybe aren't the best idea. So I'm going to get rid of all my plants and never grow them again.
Yeah, I agree with you on this one.
So all these
healthy. It's true, they are pretty healthy. So with all of these new custom crops, you know, creators can go and make some really cool kind of like farming style maps.
Oh, definitely. So, like, I think crops are a great example of showing off how they all can kind of come together because you get the items that you can get there. Normally you would eat the item, but or you can make projectiles. But they also have the ability to get events that are fired from things like a tick event. So as that event is fired, you can make the block run through multiple stages of growth. And eventually get to the point like you can choose like what loot spawns at various stages of growth and stuff like that.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool how you could like interact with them like a normal berry bush, but then you know get the tomato out.
Yeah, it's just another it's an interactive event that you can key into.
Yeah, and then there's a tomato monster there at the end too.
Yeah, I call him Tomo.
Little Tomo, it's so cute. It's not even scary, but yeah, it's an example of what you can do with them combining events and commands. That's one of the features that our creators have requested for so long, just having commands to be able to run them when something happens. So now instead of also in addition to doing it with actors, you can also do it with blocks and items. In this case, as the flower is rotting, you can disappear that crop and also summon a tomato monster, a Tomo monster.
Well, that's really cool because like I can totally see creators like using all those combinations of features to make some like really cool like adventures maps.
Yeah, like for example the little adventure that we can show you where we were going to the desert and then we found this mysterious golden skull and also an equally mysterious pedestal in the middle of the desert. So we decided to place our golden skull over there and see what happened.
Wie die ganzen Likes und Votes und alles hochgeht. Aber der Glow Squid ist immer noch vorne. Mit 5% hat er immer noch Vorsprung. Taria, hast du auch schon gewotet?
Luckily we have our trusty custom
ja, hab ich.
Yeah, that doesn't seem very safe.
No, not at all.
But that pedestal, I know that's one of the most requested features, block models.
Yeah, so I'm super excited that we finally be able to get block models in. It's something we've been wanting to do for years, and we're finally able to work on them and get them in. So we got it working with using the same formats that we've been using for the entities, so the same tools that people have been using to build custom mobs, they can use to build the blocks with.
Oh, that's cool. So you don't even have to like learn a new skill. You can just continue
Now it's almost identical.
That's awesome. And then I noticed on the hotbar with the golden skull, there was like a little red triangle. What was that?
Yes, it's a new feature that we're calling item lock. I don't know if you found yourself sometimes just going through some content and you have this special item and then you die and you lose it, or maybe you drop it accidentally. Now we've made it so that creators can actually lock something on your inventory so that when you die or you press Q, it won't go away. That way you don't lose your mysterious golden skull to unlock the next stage.
So nice.
I was gonna say that makes it super easy because I've definitely been in an adventure map and I lost the key on accident, and then I had to go and try and fix that.
Yeah.
And then when you place the skull, there was a lot going on in the background.
Like there's three features to talk about right there. The first one is like we wanted to give more power to creators with cameras. This one is just a small one where we just shake the screen. I don't know if you noticed that one. And then you can help players convey something like there's an earthquake going on, or maybe something is about to fall over you. So you can do that with this new tool.
Or dinosaurs.
Or dinosaurs.
You get a dinosaur steps.
Yes. The second one that we noticed there is structures. You can now place them using commands, whereas before you had to be using a structure block, which is more complicated and time-consuming. Now you can do it much more easily. And as part of those commands, you can now animate the structure placement. For those that know this, like the mountain was opening, and that was just a structure animating. We provide a couple of effects. One is just like a 3D printing animation, and the other one is layer by layer. And yeah, you can combine them to just achieve very cool effects.
Yeah, I can see like creators, using those to add just another level of polish to their world.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And I recognize those scorpions.
Yeah, well, the desert theme, it felt appropriate to bring them back. They've always been one of my personal favorite custom mobs that I've ever built.
Yeah, well, after watching that video for so long, I ended up having a nightmare about having to rescue my mom from some aliens riding scorpions. It was creepy.
I'm sorry, that was not the intention.
It was creepy and funny.
Yeah. Well, speaking of aliens, I know our team put together a really cool sci-fi parkour map that, they made you run through, Jason.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they knew this when they asked me to run through it, but I'm pretty awful at parkour. So it took a few tries to get a clean run through. But at the beginning here, it's a pretty typical sort of parkour map of running a jump.
Warum präsentieren die eigentlich das alles in der Pocket Edition?
Twists up ahead. And here's kind of the first one of, even I know I can't make that jump. So let's see what's in the chest. And we got a Sliminator. So I'm pretty sure I know what to do here. So now, hopefully, I can jump and be able to clear this gap. And please, yes. Make it up. So get teleported to the next section, kind of make it along, and see what next obstacle we have. So now I know the chests have useful things in them. So we got a Blockinator. And we'll throw that across and get a little platform. Now I can make this jump. Even I can make that jump. And we got the hot dog, or the cyber dog, and float up. But it poisoned me, so I needed to use the antidote to rescue me there. Make it across and get through here. Now we got a wall in the way, so let's see what tool we have to get through the wall. This one, and insta presto, and get through here. Keep going along. And this should be our last obstacle here. But I can see the teleport pad, but I can't quite get to it. But that shaft up above looks promising, along with the ladder. So let's go up, see what we get here. Fall down, and block breaks. I can get to the teleporter. And Fanny's already there.
You made it.
Yeah, finally.
Wow, that's 86 times. I love that just the aesthetic.
Ja, einfach 86 Mal gestorben ist.
So those teleport blocks, those seem like a really cool way to add like another level of immersion to the worlds you're creating.
Yeah, with data-driven items and blocks, you get so many new events that you can act on. Like for example, in the case of the teleporters, you can step on it and then an event will trigger, and you can react in so many ways. You can add particles, or in this case, for example, you run a series of commands that just teleport you to the next area.
That's awesome. And I love the Slaminator, the Blockinator, and the Magic Wand. I've never seen items do that before.
Yeah, so that's another example of how combining the same tools you can achieve so many different effects. For example, the Sliminator was just using the event and the replace Sorry, and the fill command, right, to replace the blocks at the bottom with the slimes. Then the next one, we have the wand, and that one is
Minecraft
with air. And then we also have the blockinator, which allows you to walk by placing some blocks, replacing air with blocks. So just by combining events and the same command in different ways, you achieve so many cool effects.
Yeah, so it's just small little simple things you can combine in lots of different ways and get a wide variety of results.
And even that blockinator allows you to make that jump.
Yes.
And then I also saw that there was messing with mob effects too as well.
Yeah, so they had an example of custom food in there, but in addition to just satisfying hunger like the food normally does, you can add and remove mob effects. So we had the Cyberdog that gave 3 effects, the levitation, nausea, and poison. And then we had the antidote that would actually only remove 2.
Aber ich wäre froh, wenn die Kuh irgendwann kommen würde, weil die ist echt toll.
You can make things that remove very specific things.
Yeah.
Ich weiß, aber es ist trotzdem cool. Ich mag die Kuh.
The magic wand to get to that wall. It seemed like you were stuck, but there was something else that was going on there.
Oh yeah, so there was the block that was in my way. So we made it so that another one of these events, similar to the on step on, is we also have an on fall on. So in this case, it was just an on fall on, and you can set what distance you want the event to trigger. You have to fall at least 10 blocks or something like that. And when we land on it, we then break the block, similar to what like the tomato plant and other things that we saw earlier.
Yeah, and it seemed like it took you quite a few tries to make it through, but Danny was able to do it first try.
Yes, unlike others, 86 times. Yeah. And one new feature that we have is that on raw text you'll be able to show the names of the players that are of interest at that moment, and also show scores. Like in this case, we were tracking how many times Mayor was dying.
Yeah. Well, thank you both for coming onto the stage and talking a little about these creator tools and new features that are coming out. And with these new features, there's going to be a pretty amazing new thing coming out later this year for all Minecraft players.
Remember, GDL will not be held responsible in the event of a likely death. Your descent will begin in 3, 2, 1.
Oha, das ist die Map, die Flo mal gespielt hat, oder?
We know you've waited a long time for this update, and if you thought the first set of features for the caves were awesome, it's time for even more awesomeness. Agnes and Nir from the Vanilla Minecraft gameplay team are here to tell us what else is coming to the Caves and the Cliffs update. Hello, welcome.
Hey.
How does it feel?
So amazing. It's so awesome to finally be able to share that with everyone.
Yes, it feels great, and we have looked a bit at tweets during the break, and
we have some more tweets.
We have more.
Yes.
Wireless redstone.
Oh yeah, yes. There will be so many cool things you can build with that, and the warden. It's amazing to see all the excitement.
So cool.
Nir, you recently joined the Mojang Studios team.
Yes, I joined this year. But honestly, I'm not completely sure how that happened. And not just joining Mojang, I'm not really sure how I'm here in Minecraft Live. Because like, just last year, I was home, glued to the stream. I had to know what the next thing is coming to Minecraft. And today, it's not only that I get to share that, I got to work on some of those things. So it's fairly incredible. But yeah, I've been developing games for a few years now, and more recently, I've actually worked with this non-profit organization called Games for Peace, which is an amazing organization which basically uses games to promote peace. Like, he takes kids from areas of conflict all around the world and sits them down to play Minecraft. And sometimes it's kids that don't even share a language, so they can't talk. So Minecraft is the language they share. Minecraft is what helps them connect and get to know each other and creates friendships.
This is about true.
it was
Ja,
amazing.
aber er übertreibt ja natürlich gar nicht, ne?
Sometimes I feel like, oh, I know all the amazing things that are happening with Minecraft, and then you described that to Agnes and I, and we both were like, we've never heard that, and it's so cool.
It's beautiful.
Amazing.
Absolutely beautiful. So in this update, you've been really looking at like filling out the caves even more.
Yes, so there are even more things to show. And in the things we showed so far, it's a lot about like improving the journey underground. But of course, we also want to add like new things to find, like new resources.
Wenn du einfach in die Klassengruppe schickst.
Ja.
Ich liebe diesen Creeper so sehr. Oh mein Gott. Diese Geräusche, oha.
Einfach so geil. Aber ich glaube hier, der Glow Squid, der wird gewinnen.
Ja.
So
das fände meine Oma gut, ne?
The moment you turn the corner,
sie ist so süß, die Blonde.
That's so, it's
like,
incredible.
The atmosphere in the Crystal Geode, it's like mystical. Yeah, they're so pretty. And we were thinking a lot about like, what is the purpose for crystals in Minecraft? And one thing is like, they should have a use, and we will talk more about one of the usages soon. But the other thing is a lot about just adding a lot to the experience of exploring. And we want them to be quite rare, so when you find them, it's really gonna be like magical, because they're just beautiful, and you know, when you walk on the crystals, you hear these sounds.
Yeah, it's just, we talked before about the pillar of Underground of Marvel. I feel they're just the perfect feature for that sort of pillar, right?
But you can't just take them with you.
Right, so you can break the crystal plants we saw in the video, but they actually grow from a very special block. And that block is unobtainable. It's sort of like you think about spawners, right? You cannot just take it and put it in your base. It makes you go and build farms all around your world. And that also encourages you to create tunnels between them and find out ways of transferring those items from place to place. And I just love those sort of features that really encourage other gameplay in the game.
As an explorer myself, I'm very excited about finding all of these. And you mentioned a usefulness to them.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So, from those crystal plants, you get crystal shards items, and you can actually use them to craft a telescope.
Du sollst doch nicht immer Leute belästigen, Jan.
Ist mir egal. Für mein Lieblingsspiel tue ich alles.
Oha, wie cool.
Fernglas, Digga, das wäre auch mega nice.
That is amazing.
Ja, aber man kann doch einfach V.
Such a useful item.
Also ranzoomen.
And the cool thing is that, so yes, you use the crystal shards to craft them, but you also need something more, and that's also a new thing that we added.
Was heißt das auf Deutsch? Achso, okay, danke. Oh! Kann man mal so als Einzelblock halt verwenden.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Finde ich eigentlich richtig geil.
You saw the copper ore in the video. And a very interesting thing with the copper ore is that it generates in a different way. So normal ores often generate like an ore blob, but copper is different. So imagine that you are out mining and you see copper ore. So you're like, okay, I'm gonna mine copper, and then you see some stone. It's like, they look a bit different. So you continue to mine, and then you find another copper ore, and you probably go like, okay, I think I found a copper vein. So we're actually adding ore veins to Minecraft, and like they really add so much to mining. It gets so interesting because it's kind of like following a trace when you mine, and they tie so well to the pillar we have about adding strategy.
Nice.
That's amazing, and you've personally wanted copper in the game.
Exactly.
Since you start, maybe before you started.
Yeah, you mentioned it once or twice.
Well, maybe a few times. But yes, so I think I got inspired by the pretty copper roofs in Stockholm, and they are all green because we have so many like old buildings here, and we've actually added that mechanic to
Leute,
Minecraft
schaut
as
in meinen
well.
Discord, dann
So,
versteht ihr,
you know, if you
welches
place
ich
a
meine.
copper block, it will first be orange, but after a while, a pretty long time, it will turn
Wie
green.
einfach irgendjemand jetzt erstmal so schnell ins Meme gemacht hat.
Because, for example, if you have a really old Minecraft world, then you can see on like a house and like, oh, the roof turned all green, and then you know that that house has been there for
Das wäre so Marvin.
Ja.
Oha!
Wir sind beide gleichzeitig so, oha!
Oha! Oho!
Oh mein
Finde ich cool.
And copper won't only be used for the telescope. You actually have another really cool thing that you'll be able to craft with it.
Yeah. So,
Wie Dark Super einfach meint, dass er Pickel hat. Also der nicht er, also nicht Super hat Pickel, sondern
the player either goes
was ich meine.
it has a way to sort of avoid it. And one of those exceptions, for example, is lightning striking. Now, some people like to build wooden roofs in Minecraft. Some even build wall roofs.
Looking at me,
Right.
it's not at all like the grandest castle in my realm actually has a roof fully built of wool.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
No,
but
we did
yeah. So to try to help the players with that, we are introducing the lightning rod.
Das ist so epic, einfach epic. Ich möchte.
That is very useful for all the wool roofs out there.
Yeah, I think this is a problem that happened to a lot of our players. Even personally, I had this peaceful game that I played with my partner, and it wasn't peaceful. And we went out and we were like looking at animals, collecting a few animals to our base, and we came back and our house was gone. And I was quite confused, because I consider myself to be someone who knows a bit about Minecraft, and there are no creepers, there are no endermen, so what happened? We figured that probably a lightning strike hit and burned down the house, and we were quite traumatized because we were not prepared for this. So I think this lightning rod is really going to help with that.
Yeah, now you don't have to worry about that problem anymore.
No, I'm gonna place like lightning rods everywhere on my wool roof.
Good.
Will be perfect.
Good.
Now, you've introduced a lot of things already, and players already have a lot of trouble with their inventory and the amount of items, but you have an idea for that.
Yes. So, as you know, we keep adding new blocks and new items all the time, and that do create a bit of an inventory problem. And we're aware of that, and we've actually been thinking quite a lot how we can solve it, because we want to have like a good gameplay solution, we want it to be balanced, and we actually have an item in this update that will be really helpful, and it's the bundles.
Oha!
Ja.
Endlich.
Bam.
Endlich. Endlich, Junge, endlich.
People.
Bundles.
Yeah, this is awesome. It's such an elegant solution as well, and I love it. I think we spent a lot of time talking about the inventory problem, and I think one of the biggest takeaways there was that this is not actually one problem. It's constructed from a lot of sub-problems. For example, hotbar management is one problem. getting a lot of blocks for your huge build somewhere. That's like something the shulkers help with. But I think there is a third sub-problem where every time you leave your base to go exploring somewhere, your inventory keeps getting full of junk. Like, this slot just has 2 flowers. This lot has just 1 seed, right? And I think the bundles are really going to help with that problem.
Yes. So the thing with the bundle is that you can place many different kinds of items in one bundle. So many different kinds of items in one inventory slot. For example, I can take those 2 flowers and 1 seed and put them in one bundle. It's great.
And you can kind of use them like presents too.
Oh yes, I'm so excited about seeing what players do them in like shopping district, right? You can have the bundle of the day, which has a bunch of things with it, or you can have secret bundles. You have 3 of them in a chest, but you get a random one. I think it's really going to be cool.
Yes, and for example, if your friend has a birthday, you can put like your prettiest item in the bundle because it looks like a gift wrapper, and then you can give it to your friend.
That's so cool. We've talked so much today on the like really game design side, but how do you work on the art side?
We actually have a very close collaboration with the art team, and it's great.
So my job is basically to get an abstract idea and imagine how it would fit into the Minecraft universe and then start sketching it. So once my sketch is finished, I send everything to the 3D artist that it's gonna model it and animate it to make it alive.
My job is to bring sketches to life and make them move in 3D space. To work with a game that has such a special look, it's amazing. It's a challenge, it's fun, it's sometimes frustrating, but it's very rewarding. I love it.
I make the pixel art of the blocks, and usually when I create a block texture for a new rock type, it's going to be a lot. Like, I'm going to make 50 iterations of one block because I want to make it right. Every block is like a building block for people's imagination, right? So I try to like pour a lot of love in each block to make sure that people can create what they want.
So I think my favorite thing about the Minecraft look is that it's very unexpected, very unconventional, and that's where like the special comes from.
Minecraft in terms of game art is special because it has such a unique look and it's very restricted. It has to be 3D pixel art and we can only work within those boundaries. So we have to like think inside the box but also outside the box. I've been working on this exciting new mob. This new mob will be the cutest predator ever existed in Minecraft.
This update is incredible. Like, people have been waiting for this for so long and we're finally gonna do it.
I hope
Diese Minecraft-Kuscheltiere sind cool.
Really happy about it. I hope they have a lot of new stuff to play with, and I hope that they are excited to see some concepts as well.
Ist so.
It's so lovely when you can think
Wahrscheinlich
about
Kakao
all the
drin.
different jobs within game development. I love seeing the artists and developers, and we all like across the show. There's so many different types of roles that people have.
Yeah, and it's really awesome to interact with all those roles and have a lot of a
Weißt du, dieser Stream bringt mich jetzt wieder dazu, weiterleben zu wollen.
Working with the art team is amazing as well. You sort of throw one idea to the hair and he draws something and you're like, oh, what is that one thing you're drawing? I didn't even think about it, and it starts so many awesome ideas going.
Yeah,
we even integrated into our prototype process, and actually I think until I saw those sketches by the art team, I didn't really understand what archaeology in Minecraft even means.
Aber die mussten ja für den Stream auch richtig viel ausgeben. Zum Beispiel erstmal die Location. Das ist schon hart, ne?
In this system, you're basically gonna find these excavation sites all throughout your world. And you can make this new tool called the brush that is gonna help you uncover
was machen die den ganzen Tag? Machen die... Ja, das ist ihre Aufgabe. Was frage ich eigentlich?
You come to one of these ancient structures and you can sort of use the brush.
Das ist jetzt nicht das, was ich denke. Oh mein Gott.
That may have collapsed in those structures. And sometimes you might even find something shiny inside them. But, and this is important, if you are not careful enough, like in real life, you can destroy that artifact. And when that artifact is gone, that artifact and all the secrets it held are gone forever. But if you're careful enough, if you take your time and you're deliberate, you can get some of those hidden artifacts. And for example, here we got a ceramic shard, which is basically how whoever lived here used to tell and pass on their stories.
I love the story sides of the archaeology, because we often talk about that we want to deepen the mystery in Minecraft, and when you find these hidden artifacts, you kind of find like connections and
Das 24/7 machen, wenn wir die Dinger an die Wand hängen.
Tell the full story, but these will inspire the players to tell their own stories about their own Minecraft world.
Ja, moin.
Exactly. I think it's going to be really exciting to see what players do with them. For example, here we see an exhibition that someone built for this, where he can compare all the different clues he finds, right, and try to preserve whatever was down here, and he can compare what we found with whatever new thing, and sort of try to connect the pieces, right? And here we see those pieces connected in a clay pot, actually trying to reconstruct them back. And you can create that however you like. You can create your own stories or try to guess how those pieces used to connect.
Yeah. It's also so fun to be very creative with these new pots, because you can put the shards in any way you want.
Exactly, and when you're pleased with your creation, you can fire it up, and you have your own painted clay pot.
Pretty. So, Mir, is this programmer art still?
Yeah, the art we're seeing is still work in progress. But I personally like the dragon. I think it's cute.
Ist der jetzt ein Fett Oha zu sagen?
Yeah, you know, the problem is the artists are way too good. Right? They just make us look bad.
Archaeology is amazing. I mean, the excavation site is so incredible.
I'm so excited about this. I've spent a lot of time about it, and I actually got to do a lot of awesome conversations with actual archaeologists.
Wäre auch so eine pixelige Wand, wie die da haben.
Honestly, I sort of feel like I got so passionate about it myself, that their passion sort of stuck to me, and it was so amazing to learn more about this, and I'm really excited to see where it goes from here.
And you have a dev diary coming out on our YouTube channel where you kind of explore all of the archaeology even more.
Yeah, it's honestly really, really exciting. So I had so much fun with this, and I learned so much that I decided that it can't stop with me. So we're gonna do a dev diary. We're actually gonna talk to those archaeologists. And actually, we might even get to visit some interesting locations.
That is amazing. Well, it feels very sad, but we're almost out of time. But we've been hinting at a new mob, like, over the course of the show, like 3 or 4 times. So are you going to tell us about it now, please?
Yes, now we're going to tell you. It's the cutest predator you will ever meet.
Wie geil sieht das denn bitte aus?
Wie wir es einfach schon wieder gleichzeitig gesagt haben.
Ja, moin.
Ich liebe die Viecher so sehr.
I feel like there's only one sound I can make after seeing that, which is like...
Ja.
The axolotls.
How did you decide on axolotls?
Das ist ja für die 1.18,
when we add a new mob to Minecraft, we really wanted to have like its own unique character. We wanted to have purpose, and it's also a very good thing if it happens to be ugly cute. And the axolotl is perfect. It has all of these things. Well, I guess on the ugly cuteness, it might be quite a big emphasis on the cute side, but still. And we actually had a brainstorm in the team. So we were like, okay, we're gonna add goats, but we want to add another animal. And then one of the developers posted like a big picture of an axolotl, and we all went like, yes,
this right now.
It's like the definition of ugly cute. It's like made for Minecraft.
Perfect.
And then we also found out that axolotls are endangered in the real world, and we think it's good to add endangered animals to Minecraft to create awareness around that. So that's also a good thing.
Like with the bees?
Yes, like with the bees last year, for example. But yeah, so the axolotls, as you saw in the video, they live in the lush caves, and they really add a lot of life to the lush caves. And there's also a bucket of axolotls.
I didn't think it could get cuter, but
that is just so cute. I don't know how to handle it, but it's so cute. So when you're walking around in the lush cave and you see some axolotls, then you can actually scoop them up in your bucket and take them with you. So maybe you build like a pretty aquarium for them in your base, or maybe you bring them to your ocean adventure.
Oh, wie cute. Wenn ich helfen, würde ich den Klammern die Menschheit verlieren. Aber ich glaube genau deswegen, weil sie halt helfen, sind sie vom Aussterben bedroht.
Exactly. So when you scoop them up in a bucket, you can actually create your own axolotl army, basically, and charge into the oceans with them, and they will help you fight various. Well, they'll attack cute fish as well, but they'll help you fight the drowns and the guardians, and they're actually quite useful when fighting guardians because they have this special ability that whenever they take damage, they sort of play dead. And when they're playing dead, no mob will actually attack them. So they have this time to regen back help and then jump back into the fight together with you. And if you learn how to cooperate with them really well, they might even heal you during the battle.
That is so cool. But okay, so you added these two mobs that are like as different as possible with the Warden and the Axolotl.
Yes. So this update is actually a lot about contrast, which is great because it creates like a dramatic player experience, which is so good. So we're like updating the highest heights of Minecraft with the mountains. We're updating like the deepest of the caves. We had this terrifying Warden, the cutest axolotl, and also in the caves, like the lush caves are very light and welcoming, and then the deep dark is super scary and challenging.
I guess we can't forget our little goat in there. It's kind of the in-between.
Yeah, we shouldn't forget the goat. I guess it's in between. It is still very cute, but in between. No one can be as cute as Axolotl.
No, I don't think so. Before we tell everyone the winner of the mob vote, let's take a look back at some of the exciting things that we've talked about today.
Das haben wir irgendwie gesagt hier. So cool. Ja. Oha. Oha. Was ist... Oh! Sieht süß. Oh, das bin so ich.
Da alles wieder Neues dazukommt.
Oh ja, das ist so viel. Warum machen sie nicht ganz viele kleine Updates? Das ist so cool.
Before we get to our mob vote, I think there's one more question people are really gonna want to know. When are we gonna get the caves and the cliffs update?
It's a good question. So we plan to release it summer 2021, and this actually is really good. As I mentioned in the beginning of the show, we really want to have a lot of time to work together with the community to like gather feedback, see all the great ideas, because the community always have so many good ideas. So it feels good that we now have a lot of time to actually work together on this update.
Amazing. And the community decided on a new mob that will enter the game. So which one of you gets to do the honors today?
So I think Tiny Agnes has been a bit mean this year, so I think you should open it, Nir. You should announce the winner. Yes.
Can I look first?
Yeah. You're gonna know before everyone else.
It's the glow squid!
Ja! Wer hätte gedacht, Junge, wer hätte gedacht?
Wie ich schon vor einer halben Stunde so gesagt habe, der kommt.
Ja, ist so.
Wow.
Jetzt fallen sie
alle happy.
Ja.
I didn't expect it at all, but it's
Im Endeffekt ist es auch das Beste.
will look so cool in the caves. Like the atmosphere.
They fit this update so well.
Like it will be. Imagine it's all dark in the caves, and then you see the glow squid swimming around. It will be so
beautiful. Can they be
Oh mein Gott, stell dir mal vor, man könnte so eine Glow Squid Lampe machen. Halt so Glas und da drin Wasser, so 2 Blöcke Wasser und die dann da drin einsperren. Beste Lampe. Das wäre voll schön. Ich hab so schön.
Minecraft wouldn't be what it is today without all of you. From all of us at Mojang Studios, thank you so much. Bye.
Oh mein Gott, ist das jetzt das Ende vom Studio?
Ja.
Sad life.
Oh. Wie sie erstmal über Social Distance reden. Oh. Wie da einfach das Deutsche steht. Finde ich gut.
Warte, ich möchte den Stream kurz muten, damit wir ein bisschen labern können. So.
Also, ich freue mich, ne?
Ja, same. Ey Leute, das ist das Beste, was uns einfach passieren konnte, dass der Glow Squid einfach gewinnt.
Ist uns das Beste, was in unserem Leben passieren konnte.
Es ist einfach Moin at Silvia Lena. Moin. Oh mein Gott, wie geil. Es ist einfach so toll. Wir freuen uns jetzt irgendwie alle.
Hab nur ich gerade richtig Bock, den Server zu starten und bauen zu gehen.
Ja, die Sache ist halt die. Es gibt noch gar keine Sachen, die wir zeigen können so in der nächsten Zeit, weil halt noch keine Snapshots und so draußen sind.
Ich weiß und es triggert mich. Aber lass mal wirklich so machen, wie ich vorhin gesagt habe, dass wir so Bauen machen. Halt so nach einem Thema. Ich finde das extrem cool. Ja. Das war das, was ich sagen soll heute.
Ey, aber mal kein Spaß. Dass es sowas irgendwann noch gibt, damit hätte keiner gerechnet irgendwie mit dem Cave-Update.
Und ja, das ist so schön. Und dann schauen wir uns so dieses Minecraft am Anfang an, wo man froh sein konnte, dass es Dirt und Stein gab.
Bing. Leute, da war nochmal eine kleine Frage an euch. Und zwar, wollt ihr... Ich kann übrigens das wieder ausmachen, sonst hält man dich doppelt. Ich wollte euch fragen, sollen wir mal einen Minecraft Alpha Server oder so mal machen und dann mal Minecraft Alpha spielen?
Bitte nicht.
Schreibt's einfach entweder jetzt hier in den Live-Chat oder dann nach dem Stream halt unten in die Comments. Ja, aber ich habe irgendwie gerade noch ein bisschen Bock, noch eine Runde Bad Wars zu spielen, oder?
Ja. Lass das machen. Ich starte mal mein Lovely Minecraft.
Same.
Bin davor aber noch mal kurz AFK. Ich habe übrigens die ganze Zeit jetzt hindurch einen Creeper gemalt. Brauche ich noch mal.
Egal.
Bin gleich wieder da.
Minecraft. Connecting to the server. Ach scheiße, ich brauche eine andere Version. Das steht am Markt. Nein. Oh, ich habe schon wieder die falsche Version genommen. Leute, seid mir bitte nicht böse, okay? So, Installationen. Wir spielen jetzt mit der 1.16.2. Super. Noch ein Ründchen Bad Wars. Und dann würde ich sagen, mach mal den Stream nochmal von vorne an, lass noch ein bisschen laufen.
Bin wieder da. Ja. Ja.
Du brauchst die 1.16.2, ne? Nicht die neueste.
Ich habe jetzt die 1, ich weiß nicht welche, aber irgendwas mit 1.14, glaube ich. Welche Lobby? Lobby 1, oder?
Nein, nicht Lobby 1.
Lobby 2?
Jupp.
Sag mir halt, in welcher Lobby du bist.
Lobby 2.
Okay. Ich bin trotzdem nochmal kurz auf Karte, dann kannst du mir eine Hi-Anfrage schicken.
Ja. Naja, du, ich habe ja auch den Sektor von Ausland, ich habe gebraucht, und meine
Wieder da.
Ich hab dir eine Anfrage geschickt.
Danke.
Ich hab verkackt. Wir machen random Spinner.
Nicht einfach Shampoo machen wollte und dann so, ja. Solange bis wer kommt. Doch nicht.
Nein, wir müssen wieder raus. Wir müssen hier in ein einzelnes Spiel.
Jo, lass das machen. Oder wollen wir das nochmal mit dem Holzschwert-Gedings machen?
Ja, können wir machen.
Fand ich voll nice so eigentlich.
Haben aber nicht so viel Zeit. Ich habe jetzt noch 2-3 Minütchen.
Uff. Jetzt glaube ich jetzt so viel Zeit. Was machst du dann?
Da muss ich halt offener.
Fuck the shit I'm out. Aber was machst du dann?
Wenn ich gehen muss, dann zerstöre ich dein Bett, kill dich, damit ich nochmal Pünktchen kriege.
Warum? Warum darf ich nicht mehr Pünktchen kriegen?
Weil du schneller levelst mit Hilfe von Emmy teilweise als ich.
Ich spiele ja nicht mehr mit ihr.
Sie ist ein Spielpferd, der war Leel.
Ist sie. Ist sie.
Aber Leute, wie findet ihr es jetzt so mal auf Real Talk Basis, dass jetzt einfach das gewonnen hat?
Finde ich gut.
Vor allen Dingen ich von Anfang an für Squirt, Taria war sich so nicht sicher.
Ich war erst für die Kuh, aber die Kuh hat ziemlich abgelost.
Die ist ja gleich
Was
rausgeflogen.
Was ich irgendwie jetzt verstehen kann, so im Nachhinein. Aber die Kuh ist trotzdem richtig cool, finde ich.
Oha, jetzt ist es einfach schon um 8. Was ist das denn für ein Kack?
Es ist nicht um... Es ist um 8.
Es ist nicht, es ist um 8. Da fällt jemand into the void.
Because I'm dumb. Okay. Gay. Lass mich doch gay sein.
Wer löscht dich? Nicht du. Wo ist denn der Tannenbaum? Welches Team bist du bitte?
Ja, frag dich mal. Anstatt du einfach Hi. Hilfe, um genau zu sein.
2, 1.
Ich renne an der Stelle. Ich renne an der Stelle einfach weg.
Naja, aber ich würde sagen, Taya, bau dich mal zu mir, da können wir noch abschließend so ein Schlussfoto-Dings machen.
Was für ein Teil?
Abschlussfoto.
Habe ich überhaupt einen Skin bei dir?
Ja.
Nice, habe ich meinen normalen Skin?
Nein.
Das finde ich nicht so schön.
Bau dich doch einfach straight nach oben. Ich gehe dann eh aus der Lobby raus.
Ja, okay.
So reicht von der Höhe. Bau dich jetzt einfach zu mir rüber.
Like, do I look like I have blocks? Okay, ich habe 30. Auch so langsam, weil ich zu dumm bin.
So. Komm, stell dich hin, Tani. Tannenbaum. So. Stell dich doch einfach in mich rein, genau. Ciao Leute, ich hoffe, euch hat der heutige Stream gefallen. Wenn ja, lasst doch auf jeden Fall mal ein Like und ein Abo da. Und ich würde sagen, bis dahin, haut da rein, Leute. Und